Okay, we're good. Nice.
Okay.
Hey guys, it's Elijah from Eli B's movie reviews, and today's actually a really special day. I have a lot to talk about with a friend, a YouTube friend I have here. Um, why don't you introduce yourself?
Hi guys, this is Malcolm, the movie Wizard of Oz himself, and I'm here with my good friend Elijah Butler.
Hello. He also does movie reviews on his channel. Check out his YouTube channel. He does some really good content. I'll put his channel down in the link in the description. But today, for Horror Movie Month, I decided to talk about a movie called Fright Night. It's one of the most effective vampire movies, and it's a movie I wanted to talk about on my channel for a while, honestly. So Fright Night revolves around this teenager who has this new neighbor move into his neighborhood across from him, only to find out that he might be a vampire. And when, of course, no one around him believes him, he has to take matters into his own hands and even gets in touch with an actor who does a show on vampires to try to help him kill the vampire. So, before we get started diving into Fright Night, I want to know what was your experience with Fright Night?
Me?
Yeah.
Well, I find it quite adventurous yet awesome.
Yeah, it is. It does definitely have an adventurous feeling to it. It has some really uh, well-made effects too. Like I was surprised on how the effects are in this film. Like the makeup, the fangs, even the way like they transform into the vampires. Like the actors in this film are absolutely great. Can't deny that.
Mm-hmm. Indeed.
Yeah. Um, and also Tom Holland, the director, has a really fantastic vision.
Mm-hmm. He does.
Chris Sarandon, Chris Sarandon, he was freaking excellent. I really liked him a lot in this film.
Yeah.
And he was in another Tom Holland film, Child's Play, which is funny.
Oh.
Um, but yeah, I
Yeah.
think he really does carry this film on a lot of ways. Um,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, all the actors are honestly great in this film. But I think he was the real
They were
highlight
the
of the film.
they were the best.
hmm I really love the atmosphere of Fright Night. It gives you like this, even though it's a vampire movie, it gives you kind of like the atmosphere delivers almost like a haunted house kind of feeling to the
Mm-hmm.
audience, and I really love it for that because and a lot of that has to do with the '80s style, and I think the '80s style in this movie really worked because if you tried to make Fright Night today, in its '80s style at least, it wouldn't really work well. The remake was good though. I really did like the remake.
Mm. I so do I. I mean,
Yeah.
after all, Anton Yelchin did a fantastic job playing us Charlie. God
Oh
rest
yeah,
his
he really
soul.
did. Yeah, rest in peace. He really died so young. Um,
I really do admire the other cast, like um who was that? Oh, no, not Colin Farrell. I know who he is. The guy Peter who played Peter Vincent, who is
Peter
really
Vincent in the original Fright Night.
the remake.
Oh, the remake. I can't remember who played him in the remake, but I know Roddy McDowell played him in the original.
Oh. I always did like Ron.
Yeah, I have to look at who played him in the remake. But yeah,
It's
as
just
for
on
the
the tip
remake,
it's on the tip of my tongue.
um, As for the remake goes, I'd say it's one of the better horror remakes, but the original, it's truly a classic. Like it's definitely up there in one
Hmm.
of the best vampire movies.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's really a lot of things to love about it. Like I remember I did a Lost Boys review and I talked about I mentioned Fright Night, one of the most effective vampire movies. Even though The Lost Boys is my favorite vampire movie, I still got to give a lot of
Mine
love to Fright
too.
Night. Awesome.
Oh,
I didn't know that.
of course. I watched it like around every time during my high school days. In
That's
fact,
awesome.
when I did football, well, one of my JV coaches was a big fan. He always keeps quoting words from the movie like "They're only noodles, Michael," or "Death by stereo."
The quotes are very memorable. And
Hmm.
I also love how the film was able to add some humor to it. Like there are some elements, even the remake has some elements where there's some clever humor. And Fright Night is a film that's filled with passion. And and it's because of Tom Holland. This guy really does have a fascinating vision. He really did for his time, and he was a small voice in the horror genre, but he really did make an impact.
Oh, oh, awesome.
Yeah, for sure. Especially since a few years later he would go make Child's Play.
Mm, yeah, I wasn't a big fan of that one.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, I'm not
definitely a
really a big
cult.
fan of Killer Doll.
Yeah, it's definitely it definitely has a cult following.
Hmm.
Fright Night came out first, so that was definitely the film that made Tom Holland step inside of his own career.
Word.
Yeah. Um, I really do like the set designs too, like for Fright Night, and the soundtrack is really great too.
Mm, I always did love. Oh, speaking of the soundtrack, I do admire the dance scene between Jerry and Amy.
Oh yeah, those scenes were really effective, honestly, especially when they're chase, especially when he's trying to get to Amy and
Hmm.
Jerry is trying to avoid him. That's tension right there. That's
Yeah,
so much tension and suspense, and it really does get you into the film more.
yeah, sure.
The film is really filled with a lot of surprises. Like I remember when I first saw Fright Night, I was surprised on how good it was
Yeah.
because I expected it to be cheesy. Um,
Mm,
I expected it to have like this cheesy kind of feeling, but this film really does have a lot of passion put into it, like I said before, and it's not cheesy at all. Yes, it does have some humor moments, but there was never a part in Fright Night where I felt like it was cheesy. It really, it was really serious at times. Um, Even with some of its comedic elements, like I mentioned, the characters are really lovable. Especially Jerry. He's
yeah,
a very interesting vampire character and one of the best in cinema, in my opinion.
for sure.
Hmm. Um, I'm curious. What do you think about the effects that they use for Fright Night?
I, I, I think I find it well played. I mean, they really do know their vampire.
Yeah, they really did look so accurate. Especially for like the transformation parts. Like it was one of those rare times where you could actually like see someone transform into a vampire on screen.
Oh yeah, I really do admire Amy's transformation, where she
Oh,
had
that
that
was really
big.
freaky.
Yeah, it really scared my ass off. She looked like Melina from Mortal Kombat.
I could see that. I could see how she looked like Melina. The appearance definitely did resemble it a bit. But that freaked me out. That big jaw with all of those like teeth and every edge of and corner of the mouth, and that was really effective.
Mm-hmm.
That I can tell that took a while to make up.
For
Yeah. Um, and there are a lot of, like I said, there are a lot of tension-filled elements, especially when spoilers, just in case of any of you haven't seen Fright Night, which we
I
highly
have
recommend the
I
movie. It's a classic for a reason. So we both highly recommend the movie. The scene where Amy gets bitten, like and you just think to yourself, is she gonna be a vampire? Is she gone? Like that delivers so much tension.
Yeah, it does. It's like a 50-50 chance. I mean, 50-50.
Right. And even if it's a first time watch, you're not gonna know if she's gonna be cured by it.
Mm,
Like
yeah.
it's really great. Like this is the type of stuff I'd like to accomplish as a filmmaker because I feel like movies like Fright Night don't really get the recognition they deserve in the horror genre because they're very effective and these movies like this can sometimes be forgotten and because of these reasons I have a
It
lot of
can be
love for
never
Fright Night.
forgotten.
Yeah, yeah, I absolutely agree. Fright Night is a classic and it'll definitely never be forgotten by the people who are trying to keep this movie alive because I know there are definitely a lot of horror fans out there that try to keep Fright Night alive. It really deserves a spot in the horror genre. Do you have any flaws with the movie, like any problems?
Let's see. Well, there is only one flaw that is kind of like a plot. How is it Bill? How is it Billy is Billy is still alive after Peter shot him? I mean, it
Right,
makes no sense. Is he supposed to be just a human or a
right,
daylighter or something?
right. That scene
It
didn't
makes
really,
no sense.
yeah, that scene didn't really make sense. I could see that kind of being a flaw for me. It's not really a major flaw because, like I said, Fright Night is an extremely fun time and it's a great movie to watch, especially during the Halloween season. Like, if you guys haven't seen Fright Night, I highly recommend checking it out around the Halloween season. It might be
Mm.
airing around networks around the Halloween season too. So, um, yeah, like I said, it's a classic. We both agree that it's a classic. It's all time favorites of ours in the horror genre. And for grade, I'm gonna give Fright Night an A. What are you gonna give it?
Same, same, same
Same
letter as
grade?
you. Yeah.
Awesome. Nice. This is really great.
Mm.
Thank you guys so much for watching this review with my special YouTube friend. Check out his channel. He does some really good stuff. I'm a subscriber on his channel. I'll put his channel in the link in the description. You're awesome, dude. Thank you so much for joining me on this video.
Anytime, my man.
And you guys look forward to more horror movies that will be coming really soon for Horror Movie Month. And as always, if you are new here and you like what you see here, why not hit that subscribe button to join the ELIB/520 community. And we will see you next time. Peace out.
Later.
Later.